Hello everyone, this video is a demonstration of firmware update of AutoSAR based ECUs with the help of eSync. In this demo, we have two ECUs, ECU1 and ECU2. ECU1 is a Raspberry Pi which runs on Adaptive AutoSAR. ECU2 is a SAM V71 which runs on Mentor Graphics Classic AutoSAR platform. Here, ECU2 can be compared to any classic AutoSAR ECU in the vehicle, and ECU1 can be compared to any telematics unit in the vehicle that communicates with the outer world. Here, the main functionality of ECU2 is RTP Talker, which streams the audio over RTP, and ECU1 is the RTP Listener, which streams the received audio data to the UI. In this demo, we will update the firmware of both ECU1 and ECU2. In order to achieve this, the ECU1 communicates with eSync server through secure wireless communication, and the FOTA master in the ECU1 communicates with the FOTA client in the ECU2 to update the classic AutoSAR ECU. After the update of the ECU2 from version 30 to version 33, you can notice a difference in the audio data that is streamed. For example, it changes from square to sine. After the update of ECU1, we can notice a difference in the demo UI view. Also, while updating the ECU2, the inactive partition of the memory is updated, because of which the functionality of RTP Talker is not affected during the process of updating. Now let us see the demo setup. As seen before, we have two ECUs, ECU1 which is Raspberry Pi with Adaptive AutoSAR, ECU2 which is SAM V71 with Classic AutoSAR. Both the ECUs are connected through Ethernet, and ECU2 is the RTP Talker and ECU1 is the RTP Listener, which streams the received data to the UI through HDMI. And we hear the audio data through speaker connected. Also, we can notice the ECU information in the HMI. ECU1 which is Adaptive AutoSAR has version 1A, and ECU2 with Classic AutoSAR has version 30. We also have the network status, the speedometer and the RTP data. Now we will update the ECU2 from version 30 to version 33. We use eSync server to launch the updates. The dashboard of the eSync server has the status of the recent campaigns. We can upload the new firmware as components, create packages and launch the campaigns. Also, we can see the report of each campaign, the status of the campaign and the time it was updated. Also, we can see the status of individual vehicle, the firmware it is running on and the time the last update of firmware has happened. We can also see detailed timing information of the updates. For the ECU2, you can notice that the current version is 30 and we will launch the campaign for version 33. We will choose the package as version 33 and we can apply filter and filter the device we want to update. And we can set the policies for network connection, installation time and power mode. After setting the policy, we can launch the campaign. Now let us see what is happening on the ECU side. The download is completed and installation is happening. We can see the current version is 30 and the new version that is updated is version 33. And even during installing, we can see that the RTP data is still streaming. This is because on the Classic AutoSAR, the inactive partition of the memory is updated while still the active partition is not affected, because of which the RTP data continues to stream. Now let us wait for the update on the ECU2 to be completed. After installation, the new firmware is activated. After activating, you can see that the audio data changed from square to sine wave and the version changed to 33. Now let us update the ECU1. Notice that the version is 1A and the color of the speedometer is green and the unit of the speed is km/h. Now we will update the version from A to U, which is from Asia region to US region. The update is happening, and after the installation and activation, we can see that the version changed from 1A to 1U and the color of the speedometer changed to blue and the unit of the speed is miles per hour. Thank you.